In a world quick to point fingers and slow to extend grace, forgiveness stands as a radical act of courage. It is a divine whisper that echoes louder than the loudest cries for retribution. When forgiveness speaks, it doesn't shout, it transforms. And in that quiet power, it heals what judgment only wounds deeper. The voice of judgment. Judgment is easy. It requires no effort to highlight another's flaws, to hold their past against them, or to draw lines between us and them. It often feels justified, even righteous. After all, rules are broken, trust betrayed, and harm inflicted. But what judgment offers is not resolution, it is separation. It divides hearts, breaks communities, and leaves little room for restoration. Judgment reminds people of who they were, but forgiveness sees who they can become. The power of forgiveness. Forgiveness, by contrast, is divine in nature. It doesn't dismiss the wrong, it acknowledges it fully and chooses to release the weight anyway. It is not weakness, it is strength restrained with wisdom. It is the conscious decision to let go of the desire to punish and embrace the opportunity to restore. When Jesus said from the cross, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing," he demonstrated that even in the face of unimaginable injustice, forgiveness can be louder than condemnation. His words have rippled through time, challenging generations to trade vengeance for grace. When forgiveness heals. In relationships, families, and even nations, we see the miracle of forgiveness when people choose to rise above pain and extend mercy. Nelson Mandela, after 27 years of unjust imprisonment, emerged not with bitterness but with a commitment to reconciliation. His forgiveness reshaped a fractured South Africa and inspired the world. That is when forgiveness speaks louder than judgment, when it births peace out of chaos and unity out of division. The inner battle. Forgiveness is not only outward, it begins within. The hardest person to forgive is often ourselves. Yet when we listen to the voice of grace within, we silence the self-judgment that keeps us bound. True spiritual growth occurs not when we avoid failure, but when we learn to forgive ourselves and others and grow from the experience. Conclusion. Judgment is the reflex of a wounded soul, forgiveness is the response of a healed spirit. One speaks of what is broken, the other of what can be rebuilt. In choosing forgiveness, we choose to reflect the heart of God, one of mercy, compassion, and hope. So when the opportunity arises to judge, remember this: the loudest sermon is often not preached, but lived, through a forgiving heart that chooses love over condemnation. Because in the end, forgiveness doesn't excuse the past, it redeems the future.